Still are joined by our new central correspondent, Bettina Nwelih, who joins us from a different region of the FCT to give us a bit of an update and her own experience on the FCT polls. Bettina, can you please give us a bit of an update and what you have for us so far, please?
All right, we're here in Abuja at Wuse 2 to be precise, and the streets are quiet. Of course, people have gone to their various places of worship, but of course, people are still also talking about the aftermath of yesterday's FCT council elections, but I won't speak for them. I would allow them speak for themselves. We have Mr. Abel here with us, who is going to tell us what he thinks about the election yesterday and what INEC did yesterday, whether he's happy with how INEC conducted the elections or not. Please come this way, sir. Good afternoon. You're looking into the camera. Can you tell us what were your expectations of the elections yesterday, and how did it pan out for you?
Okay, yesterday concerning the election, normally like when we did the presidential elections, it was usually when you go to the polling units, you get to see so much number of persons that are trying to cast their votes for the candidate of their choice. But this time around, we were rushing, thinking we were late, and then thinking we were going to go and see a long queue for us to vote. But we were the ones that were just the only persons there to vote. We just came in and voted because there was voter apathy. Most people didn't turn out for elections. We even had to call some persons and like, why are you not there? They said, that the government have failed them, that there is no need for them to go and do any voting. And so that's why you see everywhere is just quiet. Most people are just feeling there was no need for them to go out. There are polling units that you get to see 1,000 persons there, but you see just 100 or 150 coming out to cast their votes, because most of them, if you ask them why, they say they have been failed by the government, so there's no need for them to go and do, and that the government, whether they cast their votes or not, that the government already had decided on who they want to win the election, so that they don't want to waste their time to go and suffer in the sun.
All right, sir, speaking about voter apathy, do you think a replay is what we'll be expecting in 2027 for the governorship and presidential elections, or do you think that there's still time for the government to redeem themselves and sensitize people about the importance of coming out to vote?
No, I believe people will turn out for the elections in 2027, because the expectations of people are whether the government has done well or not. People are always going to come out to either vote for or against the government. That's the reality, because most persons are just, because it's area councils, they believe it's not so important like the governorship and the presidential and national assembly elections. So I believe they are going to come out, but the issue is that coming out might not be it can be for or against the government. So if the government does well now before 2027, people are going to come out and vote them back into power. But if they don't do well also, people are going to still come out and vote them out.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. If the government doesn't do well come 2027, there might be a problem in terms of people coming out to express their rights to actually vote as citizens of this country. There's another person here who we can speak to quickly. We've kept him under the sun for a bit, and we'll try to be brief so that we don't keep him for too long. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So please tell us, what do you think about the expectations, the elections that happened yesterday? What were your expectations and were they met?
Well, from the antecedents of election in the local governments, it's always been like that. People like to come out for the presidential election, but when it comes to the local election, the turnout is normally very low. So from where I was staying in Kubwa, I went around, I saw that the attendance was very low, so that's really gave me, demoralized me, didn't give me the right expectations, because the citizens are complaining that the government is not doing well. So it is the time, that's your power that you have to either bring in the person you want or to remove the person you don't want. So if you don't come and vote, you can't go to the newspapers and the media and be making noise, or social media and be complaining. So I challenge the people to have a rethink of that. We really need to come out and vote. So we vote, then we can have our say. We can say, yeah, we voted this government in, or we voted this person out. So it didn't really meet my expectation to that extent.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so talking about expectations, like I said from the start, some people are happy, some are not. But we are hoping that this will not be a blueprint of what is going to happen in 2027 for the major elections. We are hoping that people will actually find time and find a way to come out beyond their biases to actually cast their votes.
Bettina, thank you. Thank you so much for your insights and the work you're doing in Abuja.